Welcome back. And as we said, that ever since we have started to pull ourselves together, that was like more than 10 years, and we have achieved a boom in tourism, and we are continuing to be able to achieve successes. And the new plan for the Ministry of Tourism after the latest cabinet reshuffle is to achieve 25 million tourists by the year 2028. And we have with us Dr. Yahya Abdel Qader, the Tourism Council, with us over the phone live. Good morning, Dr. Abdel Qader.
Good morning, Ms. Dina.
How are you doing, sir? Now, talking about boosting our tourism, of course, you have heard about that particular piece of news that Egypt is targeting 25 million tourists by the year 2028, and we are capable of it. We are capable of achieving more than 28 million tourists or 25 million tourists. So the Ministry of Tourism is working tooth and nail to be able to develop and empower the process of tourism, and we have the potentials. The latest example is the new Alamein Festival, for example. It could achieve more than 20 million tourists in a season. Talk to us about the different efforts to boost the process of tourism.
Well, really, Dr. Sri Fathi, like the Minister of Tourism and Antiquities, is conducting a solid strategy, like to promote international travel to Egypt, and as you already mentioned, we expect 20 million by 25 by 28, and the big target, is to reach 30 million visitors by 2030, inshallah. So that includes, marketing and promoting Egyptian tourism worldwide. So currently we have the Egyptian Antiquities exhibition in Cologne in Germany. It's Ramesses, Great Ramesses and Golden Pharaohs, and this is going to be extended until early January 2025, and the exhibition has been sold out, of the visitors who like to attend and enjoy the facilities and the attractions of the Egyptian antiquities over there. So
right.
This is one aspect, of the policy of the ministry currently.
Right. So we have many touristic characteristics that would empower us to do more than that. Talk to us about the many touristic characteristics.
Well, really, as you clearly mentioned, like the New Alamein festivals and events and concerts, and like celebrations and competition and contests we have currently is drawing, like hundreds of thousands of visitors. I mean, locally and regionally, internationally. For example, we have direct flights now through Egypt Air, via Egypt Air to Alamein Airport, and we have direct flights again from Riyadh and from, northern, Mediterranean as well. So it has been for the time being, a great success, and the crowd, pleasing for the visitors, and the plans that has been, already outlined to make it a successful season, until end of September, inshallah.
Right. So as we know that we have different types of tourisms for different seasons, but also Egypt is being renowned and being popular for being a touristic hub for every season, not only for specific seasons, because we have many types of tourism. We have the summer tourism, the coastal tourism, we have the medical tourism, religious, we have the entertaining tourism, we have the ecotourism, and we also have cultural tourism lately, and different types of winter tourism, you might name it. Talk to us about how that is going to empower the process in Egypt, and how can we make the best use of those different types of tourism?
Well, really, international arrivals to Egypt, over 90% of them, they arrive and check in, through airlines. For example, last week, for the first time, there has been direct flights from Madrid to Sharm el-Sheikh, So this is great news. And Egypt Air now has been covering, East and West Africa, Mali and Senegal, Kenya, and Tanzania, and South Africa. So there's a growing demand like for tourist arrivals and international airline traffic, which is a great booster for Egyptian tourism. On the other hand, the ministry is currently, negotiating, how we have at least over 50 museums of antiquities and another 100 museums of art and heritage. So there's going to be a new policy to work with international corporations to upgrade the status of the museum and make them, more, profitable and revenue generating, as international museums worldwide are doing for the time being.
Right. The government have been lately sparing a lot of effort to be able to create more incentives when it comes to attractive tourism and to cope with even modern tourism. There are different countries who do not possess history, who do not possess monuments, but they have booming types of tourism, like Mexico, for example, like different countries in Europe. They don't have our history, but they have popular tourism. So Egypt is also following footsteps of some modern plans of tourism, like what is happening now in New Alamein city and the entertainment festival that is taken there, like what's happening in some other coastal areas also, sports activities that are very popular, hosting the sports activities, like attracting visitors for modern museums that were established earlier in Cairo and in coastal cities. I mean, those types of efforts. Talk to us about them and how important have they been in bringing more value to economy and to the chain of tourism in Egypt, the process of tourism.
Well, really, this is quite true. Egyptian sports and athletes, they are doing, a great job, by winning tournaments and scoring, in equestrian and shooting and squash. So we've been world champions now for around at least 10 years. So this is a great promotion for Egypt, because wherever you go, the whole world media, spots them and talk about, the promotion, and interest in developing excellent athletes in Egypt. So really, this is a great reputation. For example, Mr. Walid Battuti was giving a presentation about the Great River Nile, and this has been transferred, virtually to the Michigan Marine, club in Michigan, and they were, very highly appreciated, in the United States as well. So the soft skills, of the Egyptian young men and women, and again, to increase the number and volume of visitors, we need to develop more the incentive tourism, and conference and exhibition tourism, because as you already mentioned, some countries, they don't have our attractions, but they can get, 20 or 30 and 40 million visitors due to, applying, the policies and ventures of developing incentive travel as well as international resorts as well.
Right. Let's talk about the important role of museums when it comes to attracting visitors throughout the whole year. I mean, we have established almost more than 14 different museums, of course, in addition to the Grand Egyptian Museum that is going to be the pinnacle of all pinnacles of museums worldwide, not only in Egypt or the Arab world. Talk to us about the new museums that we have established that does not provide or exhibit only history, but also civilized culture, entertainment, reflecting culture, Egyptian culture about Egypt. I mean, doing different touristic trades and touristic investment. Talk to us about those types of museums.
Well, last week, Minister of Culture, Dr. Ahmed Nano, he opened, the Mahmoud Said great, gallery, in Alexandria, where it was showing, all the, the compatriots, the generation of Mahmoud Said from French, Italian, Greek, international painters who were doing, painting and great masterpieces of artwork throughout this time. So this is really one of the cultural advantages that we have in Egypt. And again, we have great, like events and programs. Currently, the Egyptian theater, the movies, and the opera, and the Al-Fustat Museum for National Civilization, Egyptian civilization, really is one of the great museums that opened in the last 5 years. Really gathering international interest because, like it's like a time capsule. When you go there for 3 hours, you can tour everything and the history of Egypt from pre-dynastic to contemporary.
Right. On this note, of course, Dr. Yahya Abdel-Qadir, the Tourism Council, would like to thank you, sir, talking to us on The Breakfast Show. You have a good day. And by this, we come to the end of this edition of The Breakfast Show for today. Many thanks to all of you. Until we see you again tomorrow morning, that's goodbye.